Yeah, that's the point I was just about to make. This is where it can really happen. This is where doors can open. Now then, Johnny.
85. Richie, you require 104.
What route? Going the 16s. Can't get the treble. Truth be told, he didn't make the adjustment
48.
very well at all.
Johnny, you require 20.
Well, couldn't have been any closer with the double 10. Miles away with the first attempt on double 5.
56.
A little bit more like it with the final attempt. Tops again here for Edhouse.
Games on the fourth leg, Richie Edhouse.
First break of throw.
It was a solid, consistent game. Just came to a cropper in his board final, round 3 on both days.
100.
Against Darryl Gurney and Michael Smith, multiple major champions. So he is starting to get a little bit more consistent. He's not been good in the first few legs of this, but he is clicking into gear here, and this would be a break of throw.
81.
Just the single 12. And he finds the bullseye for good measure. Johnny Clayton back in business.
55.
Yeah, and while Johnny Clayton's stock has risen in this one, Richie Edhouse seems to have plateaued and maybe on the downslide a little bit as well.
85.
Chance of a break back here for Edhouse, looking fairly slim right now.
134. Johnny, you require 116.
Yeah, 6 darts for Johnny from here.
Games on the 8th
And that will do very nicely indeed. A 1-1-6 check out.
9th leg, it's Richie to throw first.
On the back of that bullseye finish, and yeah, all coming together now.
By the time we have the next qualifier.
Yeah. And who knows where Richie Edhouse might be by the time we get to that point in the season as well. Yeah, that's 2 treble 20s. You want to stay away from the third, and yeah, sensible from Richie Edhouse, just double checking exactly where that second dart went. He's left himself 17, but he's in great shape here. 1 for double 8, I imagine, when he returns. But there will be pressure from Johnny Clayton when he does return.
17.
There's the single 1. That was the easy bit. Double 8 is the harder bit, especially with Johnny Clayton breathing down his neck right now. And that was perhaps one of the factors why.
24.
One of the reasons why he was unable to find the target. Johnny Clayton making that move just a few moments ago. Takes out the double 12.
And stop Richie Edhouse making it 4 consecutive Euro Tours where he's reached the final day. What a dart. Doesn't follow. But leaves tops for the match.
Well, it would have been some finale that for Johnny Clayton to finish things off with a 140. Edhouse needs something big, something significant.
133. Johnny, you require 40.
Well, that may be too little too late. Johnny Clayton now looking at double 10 for a passage into round 3 in the final day of action here in Kiel. And the, well, champagne remains very much on ice. Richie Edhouse all of a sudden in position. 2 darts at tops for 5 all. And out of nowhere, Richie Edhouse has given himself a lifeline, and he's given himself a shot. And just when it looks as though this match was slipping away.
This needs to be perfect from Clayton. He needs all 3 in there. And he's not going to get it. So Richie Edhouse, 6 darts from here. But we've been here before. I thought it was all wrapped up for the ferry. It wasn't. You must not go for this now. Oh, he did, Richie Edhouse!
45.
Well, questions will be asked. I mean, I suspect he'll get away with it. Or will he? I mean, I would not be surprised in the slightest if there were to be another twist and turn in this one. Richie Edhouse, 2 more darts in hand here. Double 8. And Richie Edhouse leading a charmed life against Johnny Clayton in an astonishing opening match of the night here in Kiel. Chases every lost cause, I think, as well. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah,
I just think there's a lot to say about that. Not many, well, not every player does that. Some players can maybe give in a bit too easily, but you never see that with Danny, even when he's in the real face of adversity.
Yeah, and he's not that stereotypical Dutch player, is he? He's a bit more methodical the way he sort of portrays himself on there, but it certainly works for him. And obviously I go back a long way with Danny, and it's great to see him doing what he's doing right now. He deserves every success he gets.
Yep, and I mentioned he's not had title success on the European Tour, but he has had title success, of course, on the floor fairly recently as well. Barney looking at 156 on double 18. Just a little moment of magic from Raymond van Barneveld. I'm not going to say rolling back the years, because he's never really lost that sort of ability, but that is another eye-catching moment from Barney for the crowd to get involved with.
Still you feel in the hands of Danny Noppert this leg. Takes something really special from Raymond on the 161. If he goes, another trebleless visit here.
97. Raymond 161.
It's an important part of the game. Bullseye with the last. 65. That leaves a 2-dart, a good thinking. And they may take the bullseye from Noppert here to win this leg.
Oh, treble 20. Leave double 15.
6.
Well,
Raymond 96.
Remember that 156 I talked to you about? The other finish I like for Barney is the 96.
Just outside that treble 20 bed. That, however, is on the money, and double 8 is found as well. And it's a double break of throw for Raymond van Barneveld, who is, well, he's in a commanding position now at 4-1, 2 breaks up. And he's clearly, well, I mean, I talked about making life difficult for pretty much all players out there. Mentioned that title he had earlier this year, battered Stephen Bunting, beat Michael Smith en route to that one as well, and he's making life very hard here for Danny Noppert in this one, and he's on the brink of a 5-1 lead, double 10. Noppert waiting in the wings on 120.
Interesting, with 3 darts in his hand, he's having problems seeing out the leg. His combination finishing has been so much better. It's a lifeline for Danny Noppert.
Can he grab it with both hands? So far, so good. Double 20 for a break back. And, well, it's a start, certainly. He was 2 breaks down. He's got 1 back. He needs another one.
It's been a disappointing leg, is it? A bit of a hangover from those 3 missed starts at the double. And Dan, if he fills it, Hubby would leave a double. But he can still set it up. Set it up absolutely okay. It's simply a maximum only for Barney.
Yeah. Well, he had those 4 legs, didn't he, in that burst, and he picked up those 4 legs for throwing 59 darts in the process. So he was maintaining a really good average over those 4 legs en route to that 4-1 lead. As it is, he's labouring now, because Danny Noppert has made it 4-3. And all of a sudden, there's a very different gloss on this match now, a very different emphasis.
All of them has to be appreciated, because it is so tough to stay at the top of this sport. And Danny is finding something from somewhere, and all based on the fact that Raymond missed 3 darts at that double. That's been the real spark for Danny here.
Yep.
The 156 not going to go this time.
No, he took it in leg 2 as he levelled things up with a 12-darter. Can't find it there, trims off the ton, but can Danny step in once again with a second break of throw? 62 points away. Just the bullseye, just the one opportunity. But he's found it. And he's levelled things up at 4 apiece, and Danny Noppert is very much back in the hunt now.
Barney who's stolen the dart. He again may use the bull here. Such a good mark at the second dart. Once again, he leaves 81 after 9.
Well, Danny took out 81 in the previous to level, and Barney's looking at the same target in this one.
140.
Class. Real class.
Just looming up in the rearview mirror, isn't he? Lurking with intent. 62 again here for Barney. Oh, he's hit the single 5. He's missed the big number. So 57 away.
Barney would love to put that 12 into room 101, that's for sure.
101.
Well, Barney with missed opportunities for a 5-1 lead, and now for a 5-4 lead. Double 19 gets it. Double 12 for a 5-4 lead. Absolutely incredible from Danny Noppert. Ice is coursing through his veins. 158 scored with his first 6 darts. He knows he needs more than that to challenge Danny in this sort of situation. Danny taking another giant stride towards the finish line. He's down to a finish first on his throw. And it's a very manageable finish as well.
There's the family as well. They must be really enjoying seeing this. And Barney, you just sense, has given up. With a 180 though.
He's on a bogey number, but it might all be academic anyway. Danny Noppert here for a potential 11-darter. There's the big number, and there's the big finish. Danny Noppert with the 11-darter wraps things up. What a match and what a fight back from Danny Noppert.
But then again, Andrew Gilding himself, I remember when he won his tour card back after being off the tour for a couple of years, and he said on the day that he got his tour card, I know what I can do. I remember that run I had to the UK Open, and I was only beaten by Van Gerwen with 108 average. I think I can do that again. And at the time, you'd have been forgiven for thinking, oh, yeah, well, of course he's going to say that. But then he went and won the UK Open. He was right.
36.
It's justified optimism from Goldfinger. But he doesn't take the opening leg against the darts.
15 darts thrown already for Peter Wright here. But that's the way to do a 100 finish.
Peter Wright, second leg under the third first.
Becomes a bit of a negative spiral, but he does feel he needs to keep on playing and play his way back into form.
87. Peter,
He's a
you
2-darter.
120.
You sense it's very early in this game, but this needs to go. Needs the treble up. Gets the treble. Big dart.
80. Andrew, you've acquired
Gave it
52.
some air, but it went sailing over the top. Andrew Gilding will be looking at tops from here. 3-1. Goldfinger leads by 3 legs to 1, and the 2-time world champion is on the ropes here.
Game on.
Just chuntering away to himself. It's not something you often see. He won't like what he sees now. Thumbs up.
180. 44. Andrew, you acquire 81.
Treble 19 for double 12 for an 11-darter. Going to go to the 14s, is he? No, treble 10. That'll leave tops when he hits
41.
single 12. Andrew Gilding is now dominating this game. And the average on the sly is sort of crept up to 94 here.
Just peppered 96, 97.
Andrew, you require 40.
4 out of 10 on the outer ring so far. I'd expect this to go. It's his favourite double.
On the 6th leg.
Smack bang in the middle.
Gilding.
Worrying times for Snakebite.
7th leg, Peter
Gilding leads 5-1.
Game on.
Set it up, take it out, and it's only a second ever victory over Peter Wright for Andrew Gilding. Setup could be good. It could be great.
Could be marvellous.
140.
He leaves himself a 2-darter, and once again, worrying times here for Snakebite. Can he find more trebles?
125.
Will he be back?
Andrew, you require 83.
51 for 32. Okay, 6 scored. Treble 19 for double 10. Probably the plan. So a chance slips by. He should have at least had a dart at the bullseye for the match there.
Speaking of the bullseye, is Peter going to start that way? Or is he going to be really aggressive on the treble 17? He's gone the old-fashioned route. It hasn't worked so far. Not to be
51.
Gilding for his favourite double.
Andrew, you require 40.
To beat the 2-time world champion. Gilding has done it. Peter Wright is beaten. And Goldfinger progresses to the final day on the European Tour. Irrespective of that, he's 2-1 up despite averaging mid-80s. And that's bad news for Wiatkowski because he tends not to average mid-80s for long.
No, and having just, I wouldn't say weather the storm, but having just found his stride slowly but surely. You suspect now Humphries,
60.
it would be no surprise if he were to kick on from here. Got to say, the whole demeanour of Humphries is such stark contrast to what we saw yesterday from Littler and Aspinall. I mean, those two I thought looked very jaded, and I think the difference for Humphries, clearly having that extra day to rest up and get ready, and of course having a nighttime game on the Saturday is another helping hand as well.
Luke, you require 141.
Yeah, I thought Littler and Aspinall looked very tired, but then again Humphries may well be reaping the benefits with a 9-darter.
129.
He hit one in the final in Budapest at the back end of last year. He very nearly repeated the trick. Double 12 miss for the perfect leg.
Well, I thought it was there.
140. Luke, you require 12.
10-darter though for Luke Humphries. That will do very nicely indeed. Double six is found.
Luke Humphries.
Great attempt for the 9-darter. Hugh Ware was ready for the big call. Yeah, they just went toe-to-toe all the way through that one.
60.
It was hold after hold after hold. You just wondered when the break was going to come, and yeah, eventually the former European champion, Ross Smith from 2022,
164.
just about doing enough. It was a real ordeal for him. But the man from Deal doing the business in Kiel in the afternoon session.
Use that at the time, or have you just brought that out now? I like that.
59. Luke, you
Thank you.
require 142.
Can he follow up the brilliant setup shot? He might just do it. He might just do it. Double 11. Oh, it is world class from the world champ. 164 setup, 142 out, and Luke Humphries is sprinting through this now.
Yeah, Luke's just taken a little bit of a nosedive there, but it's above or nudging towards 102 right now. And yeah, Białecki looks like a man who is struggling for breath out there.
90.
To be fair, his demeanour doesn't change much, does it, Sebastian?
Very stern-faced individual, and yeah, it's an even sterner look now, slightly sterner look. 136 for Białecki. This would be a break of throw, but it ain't going to happen. And Humphries on 66. That could be the route to glory for him. And a 5-1 lead.
Luke, you require 66.
And this one could be over in the blink of an eye. Double 16.
Gains on the sixth
Smooth
leg.
as you like from Luke Humphries.
$140.
Yeah, good attempt by Białecki. It's not enough. He needed maybe a full house there to really apply some pressure.
133.
Humphries just steps in with a cool 2-treble visit as well, just for good measure, and he's down to a finish of double 20 to round things off with a 13-darter.
Didn't do much for the first 3 legs, the world champion. Then put his foot to the floor, and it has been majestic. The world #1 rattles off 6 legs on the spin. The last 4 absolutely sensational. Missed the double for a 9-darter.
Those individual night wins. And it would have been, I mean, he was in a position at one point where he could have had multiple night wins on the Premier League and not made it through, but yeah, he's avoided that particular pitfall. And he's avoiding pitfalls already in this one, because he's down to a finish of 52. He's got the break of throw under his belt, and Nyman already seems to be up against it.
Yeah, beautiful 13-darter start. The potential 11-darter here. It's double 16 the route. 12 will do.
Yeah, well, this is ominous. Yeah. Ominous, isn't it? 25 darts for the first 2 legs. I suspect I don't think he'll be having sleepless nights over this by any stretch of the imagination, but how much of a concern do you think that will be?
Well, looking at his car in the car park, not a great deal of concern. It's a stunner. Certainly beats my deal Matiz, that's for sure.
I'll go and have a little glance at that in the break later on.
138. Mike Lewis, 150.
Yeah, well, he's not quite revving up the engines just yet, but he's certainly going the right way about it, isn't he? Michael Van Gerwen with a 150 checkout on the double 18. OK, he's down to a finish, but Van Gerwen, if he can find his shooting boots once again. should make himself the favourite.
I also sense when you get them opportunities against Michael, you've got to be immaculate.
167.
Part of his mind will be thinking he may come back. 116 is, you know, it's a gimme.
60. Michael 116.
Can do this.
Needs the treble for tops, gets the treble. Michael van Gerwen with the 116 checkout. That was the danger, that was the pitfall for Wessel Nijman. He would have been hopeful of returning, but I think he would have been fearing the worst at the same time as well. Yeah, I mean, you look at someone like Luke Humphries when he first emerged on these European Tour events, and he says it now. You know, it's such a great learning curve for any young player. You know, playing in front of an arena with a big crowd like this, it can only be beneficial. There's no negatives to be taken from this for Nijman. As you say, tough draw both yesterday and today. And MVG 78 points away.
It's been almost perfect, this game, for Michael, just what he needed. And what a way to do it. Michael van Gerwen means business. 36 European titles he holds, but he doesn't hold this one. And with darts like that, he's got to be a real big favourite.
He has got some serious ground to make up.
140.
He could do it this weekend because he's currently about £6 outside the places. If he were to reach a semi-final, he's back in the provisional spots at the expense of James Wade. But a semi-final on the Euro Tour is not something he has done before.
I did have a little snigger when the tournament director said we're just waiting on one player now and everyone's here tonight, and it was Christoph Ratajski. I mean, he genuinely, you get some players like a Merv King who can be 7-8 hours before being in the venue. 3 or 4 hours is the norm. Christoph Ratajski can be less than an hour sometimes and then get up there and smash it to bits.
82.
This for a 4-visit leg of his own. 17 for tops. Yeah, really good from Christoph Ratajski. You are not going to see any histrionics in this game at all.
These are the types of games he has to start winning now.
Damon Heta and Jan van Veen both averaged in 3 figures in their game earlier on. And it is Heta who emerged victorious, so he awaits the winner of this. This hasn't turned out to be like that game, and I thought it might with the way that Ratajski had been playing this week, and De Decker has been playing all year.
I think you labelled it the section of the informed players.
Yeah, and they're not really back me up on that right now, not these two anyway. But this might get him going. Double top. Yeah, proper stuff. Much better. I have, and he is an interesting character, but he also, in the same way as a player in interviews, he does not give much away.
96.
He's very matter-of-fact, and there may be a language barrier there, but having spoken to fans in Poland, he appears to be rather similar when he does it in his native tongue.
100. 32.
He is a businessman when it comes to darts, and he has done some serious business in this game, the former world master. An open bed.
No score.
Yeah, that just little chatter to himself there.
51.
This would hurt. Maybe something special to separate these two. And it's on. Oh, what a finish, Mike De Decker. We've questioned his bottle in big finishes like that. And that Rice, man, that 120 finish, the double top, and the 151.
Mind you, number 1, 2, 3 in the world do have quite nice throws as well.
They're not Steve Beaton's.
133. Christopher Legrand, 170.
Decent. Oh, Ratajski. Oh, Christoph Ratajski.
145. Michael Legrand, 135.
Seen this week as well. Such a crowd pleaser of a finish. He's got a chance. Oh, it's a masterclass of finishing right now.
If Mike De Decker's reacting like that, you know it's good. And it was good.
Could punish it, you know. He could, you know, another one of those.
140.
It's still good enough to cause De Decker problems, but ton plus checkouts haven't really caused him many problems. He's got 3 already in this match. Now, where's he looking? Yeah, I love the idea. It didn't work, but treble 18 would have given him a dart.
It's definitely come into the modern game, that treble 18, double 19. It was an attempt at 70 in the previous leg for Ratajski. This time it's 68. It's only going to be 1 dart. And you sense the way Dedeker's finishing. This has to go.
Game on the 10th leg, Christoph Ratajski.
The street fight goes to a last leg decider.
The 11th and final leg is Christoph to throw first.
Character, courage, that's what you need in a last leg shootout like this. There's the pressure. But these are the hours that you practice for moments like this to get to the finals day. Over to you, Mike.
To reach the final day of the Baltic Sea Darts Open. It's a loose dart. But he gets a match dart at tops. And he has missed his chance, and it may be the only one he gets.
Christoph didn't watch any of those darts. It's had absolutely everything this game. Double 15. Wow. It just took an age, Dan.
They have both missed chances to win it. Dedeker comes back to the board. If it was 120, you'd back him the way this game is gone. But can he take it out when it's just 20? Yes, he can. And Dedeker battles through. Christoph Ratajski misses 2 for the match. I just think it's a really intriguing game. 2 players who've got levels, they've got gears.
97.
Yeah, we love it. Bartons, as you say, making his first European Tour appearance since
135.
That's a very impressive showing in Belgium last year, where he took Luke Humphries to an 11th leg, by the way. Bunting looking at 50 now for the opener. Double 16. Nicely done from Stephen Bunting, a 110 checkout, setting the tone very nicely, and maybe just as well, because Bartons was maybe eyeing up that 136, but that's a promising start for Bunting. 1-0 on throw. Well, we have seen a 167 checkout today, and Bunting won't be taking it out this time.
97, and you require 170.
Just looking to take care of business on throw, Stephen Bunting, with Bartons unable to find the 170. That's
60.
a task that
Stephen,
Bunting has now. Now he's got that
70.
break. So, double 16.
Game from the 5th
Smooth
leg,
from Stephen Bunting.
6th leg, Andy to
Very
throw
assured, never looked in any grave danger there. It was nice and fluid. There was a good
96.
motion about all that on the European Tour this year. And maybe another title for the Masters champion.
95.
It's been a while since he's had a ranking title. 3 years or so. Maybe something that he'll want to address. I'm not sure how bothered he would be about that, given
Been
he is
knocking on the door, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's the thing, yeah. But when you are knocking on the door, you feel as though you might just want some more tangible reward. But I think Bunting will take a lot of comfort from the fact that he did pick up that Masters title earlier this year.
84.
Got him a call up for a couple of World Series events as well. Back on the World Series. Was on it when he moved over 10 years ago. Double 12. Oh, the finishing is really good tonight from Stephen Bunting. That is an 11-darter, the best leg of the match. Great leg.
Beautiful.
85.
Well, it was, but he's down to a finish of 96. He's on course here for a potential 11-darter. And it might just be enough to sow 1 or 2 seeds of doubt. 5-1 becomes 5-3, and who knows what tricks that might play.
55. And you require 96.
Double 8.
80.
Misses the double for a 12-darter. He will return to turn 5-2 into 5-3, having been 5-1 down.
42.
Yeah, maybe this
And
is
he
a
requires
write-off for
16.
Stephen Bunting, this leg. Double 8 here for Bartons. Yeah,
Gets on
taking
the 8th leg, Andy
double
Barton.
8 on the second opportunity,
Ninth leg,
and
Stephen.
Might they be singing Andy Barton's name in a few legs' time? Could go to the ball here, that would be sensible.
60.
Oh, you see, a 25 there. Extra
Stephen
5 points leaves him treble, single, double.
60.
well, it's in the balance, this one. Bunting needs to shut out the distractions behind him. And it's all just going a little bit awry at the moment. Just the 40 scored. 1-2-2 plays 1-10-8. Barton's on strike first. He's got the treble 18 for good measure. Single 18 to leave the bullseye.
83.
And he was some way off.
Stephen, you require
That was a dart to break.
120.
Had he hit it, he'd be throwing for 5 all. And Stephen Bunting going through the routine again. He knows he can shut this down right now. If he doesn't, it could go on and on and on. Does it go on? Or does Bunting go through? Bunting goes through. Ton plus finish to seal the deal when the beast from the east was starting to breathe down his neck.
It's a very tricky customer.
Yeah, just
94.
the one run of note in Europe last year for Razma, the third round appearance in Sindelfingen at the end of May. Did just about enough to qualify for the European Championship with £16,500. He was just above that dotted line at the foot of the table.
134.
134 for Chizzy for a 2-1 lead. 74 away. Well, double 7.
I guess the only problem with that eyesight issue is the fact he's having to stop to double check with the referee. Has had a trial with glasses. I think he contacts as well. Hard to say, I don't think Madars has missed it out of treble 19 so far in this game.
Yeah, I mean, he does lose a little bit of fluidity there, doesn't he, Chizzy? I mean, well, laser surgery is another option that you could have, I suppose, with the eyesight, but 20/20 vision there for double 7, and Chizzy back in front at 2-1. That's almost been the story of the match so far. Just when it looks as though things might be encouraging, a loose dart comes in and the player has to go back to square one.
Just brings Chizzy into the leg, because 79, you'd expect Madars to get a dart at least at tops. Oh, the ball. It could be a happy accident, you know. Chizzy struggled on the bullseye. Well, Razma have the same issue.
Yeah, this could be ironic, really.
54.
Just the 25, but again, he just had to take that extra time, didn't he? And it just adds to the process, doesn't it, when you have a missed dart or a wayward dart like that. He had to just quickly reassess where he was going, and Chizzy left with an opportunity here, 82. This time he finds the bullseye. Irony of ironies there, double 16. Two-dart combination for Chizzy for a 17-darter, and there is the all-important first breaker throw. Joe Cullen awaits the winner of this one, by the way, the number 16 seed this weekend. He was catapulted into the seeds after Gary Anderson and Gerwin Price withdrew. Chizzy potentially wanting to set that one up and going the right way about it. This is more like it. Now, on course maybe for an 11-darter.
It's been about the last 16 a lot for Chizzy. Last 16 for a couple of games on the Pro Tours this week. It was the last 16 where he played Cullen at Austria a few weeks ago. Could be a dart away. A 5-2 lead here. Back to his beloved bull.
61.
Well, he knows what's happening here. When he wants the bullseye to finish things off, he's not hitting it. When he's looking to set it up for 82 checkouts, it's not a problem.
If a change you want 82, then I think's the answer there, Rob.
Well, that's the thing.
Right now, he's second best is Madars, but treble 17. He understands the situation very well. Big moments here for Chiz. You feel it's for an unassailable lead.
Well, the demeanour of Razma, the body language is not encouraging, is it? That's the other thing. He's almost his own worst enemy, really, at times. But Chizzy not standing on ceremony. Not quite game shot and the match just yet, but pretty close to it.
Yeah, Madars might say, well, commentators, I'm averaging 111 with my first 9. I'm averaging just shy of 96. I'm a leg away
77.
from taking this match. Give me a break.
Still got to ask the question, though. But yeah, I mean, he's still in a good position. There's no doubt about it.
And so's Chizzy now. Is it the beginning of the end?
111.
It's the Nelson for Razma. All the ones with Chizzy sat pretty on 68. Once again, taking his own time. Surely starts on the 19s this time because he can barely miss it.
Yeah, that leaves 54.
Big number for tops. His steely eyes. Oh, is he going the 18s route? He is. Is that a good marker? No, he's had to move over. Can he see enough of the bed? Just enough.
Wow.
What a finish. What a fight back.
Well, I take it all back, Razma, about the switching from the 19s to the 20s when it might seem a little bit unnecessary, because that is a wonderful moment for him. A 1-1-1 checkout with Chizzy lurking on 68 there.
He has to go for the treble 20 this time. Double 18 saved him. I think he wanted to go there. He's desperate to go for the big 20, but such an awkward first start. Tops for the match.
36. Dave, you require 100.
Well, how hopeful will Razma be of returning? I suspect he'll be fairly hopeful, but you just never know with Chizzy sometimes. 150 points away. Razma will return.
90.
He's demonstrated all the qualities
40.
to have wins over Chris Dobie and Dave Chisnell on your CV this week. It's a little unexpected, but he's put himself in the position. Is he taking too much time?
Manos Razma taking his time. 3 clear darts at double 20, a long way south. Has to switch to double 10. And this time he gets the job done. It's a 14-dart finale for Manos Razma. It's a 4-leg burst as well for Latvia's number 1. They almost collide as they celebrate, or as Razma celebrates, I should say.